What's that, Puppy?
Had to stop and refuel.
Strawberry refill. Is it kind
Not really. Oh yeah. Be sure to check out some of my latest videos. One of my latest videos is Negan. You also have studio series Megatron. You also have movies in the dungeon. And scroll down and watch one of my favorite videos. It's way down there. One of my trips to Orlando and Daytona Beach. You girls and guys be safe out there, and I will catch you later. Peace. Hey, what's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel's Fred Hall Direct Edition. And man, I've been extremely busy rebuilding the dungeon. Like, extremely busy. But one of the first things I want to do is I want to apologize to Big D from Simply Incredible Podcast. I totally forgot that I never sent you this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle volume right here. So, allow my 6 fingers to interrupt the video. That's going to go to D. Pretty soon I'm going to get it to him in the mail. It's going to be within this week or next week. Definitely have to link up with him. Very good guy, very good channel. He deserves quite the recognition, as far as comic book channels. But with that being said, let's get into our sponsor. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by everybody's favorite, my fake Darth Maul from China. Alright, so we're going to do things a little different today. We're going to do another Movies in the Dungeon. But the reason why I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles IDW out is because I'm almost done reading Volume 3. And when I looked up Volume 4, that thing goes for $200. So I'm going to have to skip over Volume 4, go straight to Volume 5, which I absolutely hate. I wanted to collect them in order. And when I was collecting these, Volume 4 was not that expensive. But I guess because it's only like 1 or 2 on the internet, they're charging like $200. So I'm going to have to wait till somebody releases theirs or sells theirs, and I'm going to have to rebuy volume. I'm going to have to buy Volume 4. But right now, I'm going to have to move on to Volume 5. So I should be getting that in the upcoming weeks. But let's go ahead and look at some of the new movies I picked up right here in the brand new dungeon. So the first movie that I picked up was the Equalizer 2. All these movies were like $4 at Walmart, so I definitely, am beefing up my DVD collection. Not necessarily into Blu-rays, but I got like a ton of DVDs. And so I started watching Equalizer 2. I still haven't finished it, and definitely love it. It's starting to get more of the kind of like Born Identity kind of feel. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe John Wick is up to number 4 already. I only seen number 1, so it's like, well, damn, how many people can you kill about a dog? In the Equalizer, it's like, okay, how far are they going to stretch this movie? Are they going to be like the Fast and Furious franchises, where they keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny? But pretty cool. So here's a pretty cool look at the front of the DVD. A pretty cool look at the back of the DVD. I can't say I have enjoyed this movie. It hasn't fallen off from part 1. Of course, part 1 is the big surprise, and you had that villain from part 1, that Russian guy was everything. But part 2 is not bad either. So very cool. So there you have it. All right, so let's get into some more movies I picked up. The next movie I picked up was Godzilla or Godzilla. Every time I see this, or I see King Kong, or I see Rampage, I always think about one guy who's one of my favorite guys, Blucker's videos, because he's a huge monster fan. Here's a cool look at it, detailed look. Can't wait to see this. I'm waiting until this weekend so I can go ahead and watch it. Definitely like to watch new movies during the weekends. That's what I do. Right here, down here in the dungeon. I either watch it in the movie part of the dungeon, or I watch it in the regular DVD part of the dungeon. Most of the times I watch it in the regular DVD, because the movie part will put me to sleep, because it's actually a theater, and it's so dark in there that I absolutely fall asleep every time. So here's a cool look at the front of the Godzilla movie. Here's a cool look at the back of the DVD. It looks like Scarlet Witch is in the movie. So very cool. Definitely can't wait to see that. Definitely I'm a big Godzilla fan. I don't think I have the one from back in the day when we end up finding out that Godzilla was a she and she had all those smaller babies running around. I have to get that back in my collection. I used to have it, but I don't know what happened to it. So I definitely have to get that back in my collection. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so the next movie I picked up is called Fury. It's with Brad Pitt and some other people. Definitely, I'm a big, huge Brad Pitt fan, regardless of how he is in his personal life and what happened with him and Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie. I don't care. That's their business. But Brad Pitt, as far as an actor, is one of those dudes I would actually like to meet and drink a beer with and actually sit down and chop it up with. Because he's always been cool. I think my first introduction to Brad Pitt was way back in the day in Cool World when he was a detective of the Toons. Definitely can't wait to see this movie Fury. I think Brad Pitt is a phenomenal actor, and I've always certain guys I follow their careers like Tom Hanks, Brad Pitt, Denzel, you know what I'm saying? And Brad Pitt is definitely up there as far as my favorite actors. So very cool. So here's a cool look at the front of the DVD. Here's a cool look at the back of the DVD. There's also the Punisher from the Netflix series, and Shia LaBeouf is in this movie, so definitely gotta see it. Shia LaBeouf is a guy from Transformers, the first like two or three of them. That's where he's from. So definitely have to see this, and definitely allow my 6 fingers to interrupt your video. We're just gonna live turn it. Definitely want to see this movie. All right, so let's get into some of the Redbox pickups because you can actually buy movies from Redbox. So let's look at those. All right, so we're looking at Redbox movies. So the first Redbox movie I bought is Bumblebee. Not much to look at because it's still in the Redbox package, but it is what it is. And then second movie I bought from Redbox is Halloween. That Halloween I liked it. I don't know what people are talking about. The Bumblebee, I liked it too. It had the Michael Bay kind of feel to it, but it was more down to earth, like the 1980s cartoon. So I definitely did love Bumblebee, but I wanted to see more of the Decepticons. I wanted to see more of Starscream. I wanted to see more of Thundercracker. You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of that, and it absolutely looked cool, like Shockwave, Cyclonus. Well, not Cyclonus. Cyclonus is when they actually did the 1980s movie, but definitely love Transformers, and I love the new look of the Transformers because they were more not Michael Bayish, but they were more 1980s cartoon looking. So I definitely would have loved to see Ultra Magnus and all those guys. But definitely Bumblebee and Halloween. Halloween, people said it was stupid. I thought it was awesome. Can't wait on the next one to come out. Very cool. Definitely love Jamie Lee Curtis. Definitely love the daughter. The daughter, I remember her from the movie Curse. She was absolutely the bad werewolf. Definitely loved her in Curse. So when I saw her as Jamie Lee Curtis' daughter in Halloween, you ready for a Big Brother rig? And Leonard 17K Hudson, when I saw her in Halloween, I went ape nuts and giggled like a dolphin because I definitely love her. She plays very good crazy characters. So very cool. So those are your two Redbox pickups. And let's get into your main events. So your first main event, you only get two, is going to be the movie Pixels. Now, I'm not sure how good this movie is, but anytime I see a comedy that absolutely brighten up my day, I definitely would love to pick it up. And this has Adam Sandler in it, so that's all I need to know. Now, Adam Sandler doesn't make good movies all the time, but his movies usually put me in a good mood and, get me out of my bad mood. So here's a cool look at the front of the DVD. Obviously, you can see the little guy from Game of Thrones, and he was also in X-Men Days of Future Past. So here's a cool look at the front of the DVD. Here's a cool look at the back of the DVD. Very cool. Got Donkey Kong. All those games come alive, and that's part of my childhood. So definitely love anything 1980s. So very cool. All right. So would you believe that your next movie is not even a DVD? Yeah, your next movie is absolutely. Let's look at it. We're at the point of the video where you ask me, hey, Fred Hall, Direct Edition, what are you reading right now? And I absolutely don't have an indie corner because I'm reading, I'm barely reading anymore. I'm more focused on building the dungeon and, watching movies as I do it. But it's all new Wolverine, and this is called Old Woman Laura. So I definitely love it. I think that's Gabby on the front. I don't think that's Laura, but it's very cool. It has Dr. Doom in the background. And they also said Deadpool is in this book, so I can't wait to read it. It's such a short read, but it's okay. The book outlet that I got it from, when they mailed it, and it has a lot of spine ticks. It has a running thing right here, but it's fine. I'm not such an extremist anymore. Sometimes I'm like, huh, and I just keep it moving. So I'm a bag it board it when I get a chance. But here's a cool look at the front of the comic book, and here's a cool look at the back of it. I'm not sure why I thought that was Gabby. It might be Laura. Hopefully it is Laura, but definitely can't wait to read it. And yeah, there you have it. And so, once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. Remember, words of wisdom, focus on the ones that show you love, and on the ones that don't show you love, hey, we're just going to keep on rolling without them. The name is Fred Hall Direct Edition, and I will catch you girls and guys later. And always remember, stand strong in the storm, because the storm doesn't last forever. Be safe out there. Peace.